Hi everyone. I don't know. I played with my camera and I got everything messed up, and then I told me I needed to delete stuff and make space. So here I am, almost clear into this reading, and now I got to start it all over because it's rather exciting, I think. And so I'm just going to catch you up real quick, okay? Because I want to share it with you. We've got the Three of Cups in the upright in essential energy, lighthearted, carefree time coming in June. And then we've got the Eight of Swords in the upright. So there's imprisonment and a restriction. And then there's also the imprisonment card here. So there is a celebration coming up around June regarding an imprisonment. And there's imprisonment twice. So this is, it must be serious and solid. The challenge, in the challenge position, we have, there's an illusion and fear and anxiety regarding what was done to people of high honor. They did something risky, they took a chance, and now karma's here. They're going to have to reap what they have sown, and there's disappointment in a friend or a lover. So I don't know who is disappointed in this friend. In the subconscious, we have a mature woman here who lost her opportunity, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So she lost the opportunity, she missed her chance, she lacked planning and foresight. She is an older woman, possibly working with another older woman. She's having muddled and unclear thinking right now. And her there's a parting of the ways in either romance or business. It's a broken ring. Her contract has been severed. In the subconscious, this Three of Cups is community. You are highly thought of by this community for your work, achievement, and success. In the recent past, we've got a great fortune here. Great big fortune, solar plexus, shiny, shiny light. Look at that. Her cup is overflowing. Her cup is overflowing, and she is pouring it out into the world with love. Love abundant. A great fortune. Money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. A great fortune. Both spiritually rich and materially rich, it looks like. And then we've got lobster here that came out in the upside down. So whatever financial pinch had been going on is going to be overturned. This mature woman who is facing imprisonment is exhausted with this Seven of Wands in the reverse. So she's exhausted. She's got, her confidence is destroyed. The cane is here. So she needs to pay attention to her health. She failed to gain this fortune. The intention or the expectation is that there's a Queen of Wands here who acted courageously. She's confident and independent and full of joy, determined. And there's a main male here who will be receiving a message that these false people, they can't come around anymore. That there's an ending here. Either this scenario ends or there's a literal ending, considering that there's health issues and mental issues going on. We've got stork. News of a birth or a new business opportunity is coming to these people. And then we've got vase, secret admirer, but it came upside down. So these false people, um, they're not allowed in the space anymore. These secret admirers, them coming into the space and spying on everything is coming to an end. In the near future, we've got the high priestess. It could be that this Queen of Wands becomes the high priestess with the distant horizons. It could be that she is elevated or promoted or whatever because of her high morals and the fact that she's a divine feminine who is spiritually rich, in tune with her intuition, and in alignment with the mysteries. Maybe on the distant horizons, she is given secrets, which mice. Oh yeah, oh yeah, mice. There's discord among friends or family with the mice on the on the near future. Grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. And pale, time to get out of a situation. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. And I was thinking about this earlier on the previous recording that, it's important that even when we get really good reads or intuits or knowings that things are on the up and up, things are looking good, you know, you can't let your guard down right away because there's still folks out there who refuse to give up, right? Even though the verdict's in and this is that, they're accustomed to a specific mindset, and that just doesn't change overnight, you know. At least it never did for me. So anyway, it's time to get out of a situation. High Priestess. On the distant horizons, you're done with this. So the lens that they're looking through is this personal transition. They are resistant to change because it's going to be one of poverty. They've got a lot of emotional baggage right now. Vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Yeah, they're facing poverty, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you, that paranoia that so many of us have had to deal with. And they see that there is a successful outcome to your problems. That you either are the key, you have the key, you were given the key. You were given the key. You have the key. You have the key. What is the key? Well, we've got in the environment, we've got the Ten of Swords here. So there's painful endings for this mature man who is the partner of this mature woman. He's suffering. Everything that he knew is collapsing. He is defeated. He could be having some pretty deep wounds right now. This is in the environment. Everybody can see it. It's like perhaps everybody can see that what he did, or everybody can see the collapse of his authority over his hold, over the command, I guess, of life, maybe. That's how I'm reading it, because I'm it's kind of how I think. Someone new is entering your life. This is in the environment. The chair is being filled. Somebody new is entering your life. Psychic ability. Trust your intuition. Money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. Bird flying. News is on the way. Fox. Shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. This guy was sly. You're going to have plenty of material things. And it could be that you have a propensity for business that had been squashed through whatever manipulative tactics had been applied here. Like your potentialities weren't allowed to be. Because you are shrewd and resourceful. You're very in tune. You're very connected. You're going to have plenty of material things. This mature man who is partner to this mature woman, he's suffering painful endings. He's got a Ten of Swords right in his back. In the hopes and fears, we've got the Lovers. Love, harmony, passionate relationships and partnerships. Deep love. It's a choice. It's a choice. It's not manufactured. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna marry you because your family has this and my family has that, and therefore when we get together it's gonna be this. It's not going to be about uniting. It's not going to be about uniting wealthy families. It's about that spiritually rich, great fortune. which then leads to the other. The old systems appears to have been one without the other. One while the other is funneled into smallness. So and its energy siphoned and harvested and utilized by these ones to manifest stuff. But without them, without that great fortune and that love and all of that, they can't do anything. And it looks to me that in the spiritual courts, this has been revealed. It has been revealed what they have been doing to people of high honor in order to maintain their status. So the hope is that these unions won't be based on wealth, like material wealth, not like the old system. Mm, Lion, it's time to act. Gong, an exciting event. Boot, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Fair woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. Crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Sun, happiness and well-being. I support that. In the outcome, we've got the Eight of Pentacles in the upright. So there is due diligence, that effort, applying the vital force to the project so that the project grows and becomes set and well. You can't have this without this. And unfortunately, that's what the old cycle was doing. So this is a restoration. It appears to be, to me, that this is a restoration of what some call right thinking, I guess you would call it. I don't know what that even means, to be quite honest with you. It just was something I read somewhere. I guess it's something that comes back into the actual law of cause and effect. You apply yourself in a certain way and then you receive effort for that. There's many ways that people apply their effort, and I'm not going to sit here and judge anybody because fortunately that is not my job. It is interesting, though, how sometimes uh, people can people can claim that when you um, like enforce your thoughts or your ideals or your perceptions or your whole framework of existence, when you assert yourself in that, some folks seem to think that that is like an act of rebellion. Like, how dare you, you know? And against that such a thing, when it is directed at me, yes, I will judge it harshly, with no problem at all. Yeah. I certainly hope it doesn't take other people as long as it took me to come to that mindset. Egg. Success assured with good plans and hard work. Eight of Pentacles. Pineapple. Reconciliation. So that there is going to be a reunion, a reconciliation. Like what belongs to you is returned to you in all ways, in all things. Sudden wealth. Get excited about it. So, someone is leaving your life in May. I was hoping, I was hoping it'd be over tonight. Boom! May, June. Come on, man. Target. You're a goal-oriented person. You set your mind to something and then you just go for it. You're not one of these people who goes out and does something and fails and says, oh, I'm no good at this, I'm not going to do it anymore. You're like, no, I'm going to try again. And then you try again. And then you try again. And then you try again. And then you're the best at what you do. And when you move on, people are really upset about it because they don't want to have to try and try and try again. They don't want to put in the work. Just stay. Make it easy. It's similar to that, I suppose. So you're a goal-oriented person. Be careful because someone will gossip about all your secrets if you tell them. Just be careful of who you're telling your secrets to. You have protection from a powerful friend. There may be too much concern with sexual matters. The Rabbit. Be aware of great pride. There may be some affairs with your family that that are involving a misunderstanding. Some kind of a wall is up between you, and then there's a cracked cup, some sort of a dissatisfaction with life, and there's going to be hard work ahead. for some people, while others get compliments from an admirer and a new home and a new attitude. Ooh, as early as January. Oh, that's giving somebody a heartache, because if you gain a home in January, that means they lose it. They get a spear through the heart over what they no longer have. They may have to go live in a tent. They're a stubborn, aggressive person. You have successfully overcome a problem. They're going to be in need of a helping hand, of guidance. I don't know what kind of stuff they got themselves into, but it's not going to be pretty. They're going to have to learn to persevere, and they will overcome all their problems. Wow. By July, someone's working against you behind your back. They will be playing a different role, and you will be playing a different role. Three Cups, lighthearted, carefree time. Coming around in June, double imprisonment. We got mature woman and mature man here. Mature man has a 10 of swords in his back. Painful endings. Mature woman is sick. Her mind isn't working well. And she needs to pay attention to her health. This main male and this main female persevered through these challenges. The community helped them pull through this. Beautiful community. There's a challenge here. The challenge here is like whatever they were doing with their religion. They're challenged by whatever they were doing with their religion. They lost their opportunity. They lost their opportunity to take the gift. They ran out of time. They have to stop attacking. They have to stop attacking. They're being forced to stop. There's no confusion about what happened here. In the recent past, we've got people who were pretending to be friends. They're not really friends. Everybody was wearing a mask. Nothing was real. Friends weren't friends. Everybody was pretending. Everybody was deceiving. There was no consistency, no loyalty. These false people, they're not allowed to come around and be a secret admirer anymore. They could be suffering an illness. There's cop in here, so High Priestess. High Priestess having sweet dreams, making merit. Her goodness, her humanness. Her divinity, her high morals. She's having sweet dreams. It's time to get out of the situation on the distant horizons. These ones, there's discord among their friends and family, and there are situations that they are in which will require careful handling. There's a successful outcome to your problem, and you're just over here all relaxed. These ones are facing poverty. They're in depression and anxiety. they're being separated. This mature man is suffering some painful endings. He is bound by his commitments. And you're here all calm, just being calm. You got, look at that. Look at this. Look at this. You've got this guy here. Arr, arr, let me at her. Let me at her. Arr. Look at all that energy coming at her. And it's not just one person. Isn't that incredible? I think about the galactics, you know, when they look at this planet and they see human beings who are behaving in such a manner. You know, these ones who are behaving in this way, they have been making small and making suffering and surrounding these ones with chaos and people who just can't get it together. And amidst all that, they still find themselves and find this space within themselves, and then still, and it's seen plainly, it's here, everybody sees it, and yet still they're here like, "Arr." Oh, but what I was thinking is when the galactics see this and the veils and the illusions are removed, and you can see the cloaks that have been placed upon the chakra systems of the people, you know, the toxins that have been flooding their system and messing with the energy, the electrical system of the body, and so our neurons and our nerve endings, they all fire differently. We have all these neurological problems because our firing system is off, because it's been attacked. And so when the galactics see us, it's like our electrical system is all misfiring and stuff. And I feel that these ones, this mature woman and mature man, whoever they are, they're like, see, look at them, you know? So fortunately, I believe there is individuals who were able to rise above this, and they're not rich. It says here, they're not wealthy. The wealthy man, it's upside down. So they don't have monetary wealth. They're not of this group. They've got a different kind of fortune within them called love and peace and harmony. But, you know, at the same time, they say that within us resides polarity, right? So, say you've mastered balancing yourself and being at peace, and you're sitting here and you're like, hey, I'm chill, like whatever. People are like going all around, creating all this, threatening you and behaving inappropriately or, forgetting their manners, and then, whatever. Rather than being triggered by this, we just remove ourselves from those situations because it's not really worth our valuable presence, right? I mean, our energy is very valuable. Why do we want to dump it into something that is not beneficial, right? I mean, logic speaks that. Common sense speaks that. Once you're aware. Oh, anyhow, I got to pull one for the outcome. Good plans and hard work. The egg. Success assured with good plans and hard work. And the Eight of Pentacles. Diligence, hard work, high standards, um, utilizing all the skills that have been accrued, to nurture something into being. That's the whole point of living, is to master oneself so that we can apply that to something and then grow it, right? Ask any nursery owner or any biologist or horticulturalist or any of those people who are really into growing things. I guess it's not a biologist. Maybe you can get plant biology or whatever. Anyhow, anybody who's really into nurturing something until it grows. Like I used to have like big, tall plants when I had a circumstance that allowed prime conditions for that to occur. Man, it was great. It was a jungle. It's that. It's like a child that must be nurtured. You can't just take the sudden wealth and go live a high life and say, yada, 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 yada. It comes from somewhere. It's got to be manufactured in a high vibe, very solid foundation state so that it can be sustained and shared. So there's a reconciliation and excitement about that. It's a firecracker. Pop. Sudden wealth. And as we know, wealth, great fortune, has many, many faces. It's not this narrow concept that everybody's been so freaking committed to. So someone is leaving your life. I don't know if that is this person who's working diligently to generate sudden wealth or to generate a successful outcome to whatever enterprise they're manufacturing right now. Someone's leaving somebody's life in May, and I guess maybe that could be, and it's going to be a natural disaster in May. So it could be that whatever battle you've been in, because this is definitely a battle, and it's not just you and somebody else. It's you and a community. And you know what's wonderful about this? Here's the wonderful thing about all of this. You've got two folks here, a mature man and a mature woman, who have been coming at the main male and the main female wholeheartedly with everything they've got. And they've been utilizing all of their friends with all of their tricks, wearing masks, but they're not really friends. They're just people who do things on the shady side because they get money for it or whatever. It's bribery. So now they've been doing all this stuff against these two people in all of this broken down, kind of disconnected, unloyal, unfaithful way. But then here in the central energy for the main male and the main female, you've got this beautiful celebration, this Three of Cups, who are actual friends. It's a whole community who are actual friends who come together to persevere. So on one hand, you've got people who aren't friends and they're wearing masks and they're coming against this other couple who have friends that don't wear masks, and they persevered. That's the beautiful thing. And I think that that's what I see. And this is so weird to me because it's so big, but yet it's so weird because it's so small at the same time. It's like pettiness on a grand scale. It's ridiculous on so many levels. I just can't even. It's difficult to wrap my head around the absurdity of it. And yet I've lived my whole life surrounded by it. I mean, this is the mindset that the collective has been kind of imbued with. And so um, it's just really fascinating to me to see that it's all starting to come out. And I know too, at this time, we got May here. May, somebody's leaving your life. So May, they're going to be kicked out of your life for good. In June, we've got this celebration because there's the actual imprisonment. So May, there's whatever, the sentencing, the natural disaster or whatever, and then there's the imprisonment, right? In June. There was another date card around here, I thought. Maybe I already put it away. May. Oh no, I already said May. May. Well, maybe I just went through it and well, anyway. So because it's not over yet, you cannot let down your guard, even though we're coming into 2024, even though the courts have already made their decisions and all of that, there's still a whole bunch of people out here who had been wearing masks and now they're like, oh crap, if what happens if they call me in? Like what happens if their buddies are like, I have no idea. You can't really rely on anybody's um, steady and calm mind right now because there's a great transition happening. And they're not willing to give up. They're like, I'm bound to this commitment and you're gonna pay my debt. That's how they feel. They don't want this. It's theirs. It's theirs. But they just make these commitments thinking that they're gonna have somebody else pay the debt because that's what they've been doing. They're envious. They're envious of the main male and the main female. They don't want this union to happen. They're in fear of what will happen to them. You know why? Because they know what they've been doing. They know what they deserve. They're in denial. They can't hardly believe that this is happening, that they're under judgment, that you gained your freedom. That wasn't supposed to happen. They were really in their pride. They thought for sure they had this in the bag. I'm going to leave that there. I'll see you on the next one.